guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel. If you recently saw me wearing this shirt in another video intro, no you didn't. Today's video is a neutral minimalist home tour, but it's like our version of minimalism, right? Like everyone's gonna have their own version, and for us, it's like a realistic, workable parents version of minimalism. I like everything in our home to have a purpose and a function and a reason why it's in here. Our space is decorated with all neutrals because that's what we like. That's how we want our home to be. Children provide all the color and personality we need in our home. It's gotta be quiet somewhere, you know? Wanted to say a huge thank you to Samsung for sponsoring today's home tour. Also, I wanted to tell you guys that this is like a realistic home tour. Like, yes, I obviously cleaned up before I filmed these clips, but I didn't put away things like our most used kitchen appliances, the paper towels, my kids' table. So if you see stuff like that, yes, it is a real home. We really do live here, and that's why you see that. If you guys have been following me for a while, we started renovating this house back in January 2020, and I've been sharing individual room remodels as we have gone along in the process, but I've never shared a full tour of our house. We've also made some changes to rooms since we moved in, and I've made those renovation videos, so I thought this would be the perfect time to film an update for you guys. If you enjoyed today's neutral home tour, please give the video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more, and follow me over on Instagram for more home content. Starting the room I'm filming in, this is our living room. If you guys saw our remodel video, you know that this room went through one of the biggest changes in our house. This used to be a separate space. There was a wall right in the middle of the living room, which we knocked out to make this more of an open concept home. We added this media center with so much display and storage room because this house is an older house. It's almost 100 years old. There are not a lot of closets or storage in here when we first moved, so we needed to add it. So we put in this media center so I could display some decor that I like, and then each shelf has their own cabinet where we have art supplies and more toys. It helps keep the living room clutter-free, and at the end of the night we know exactly where everything goes, so that has been a huge win in keeping this a more minimal space with young children. One of the biggest questions I get about my home is the paint color. The paint color, and everywhere you'll see except the primary bedroom, is Sherwin-Williams Pure White. So now I'm going to take you guys up to the office, and this room actually probably went through the biggest life change and needs change since we were planning the design for this house. When we decided to move here, it was 2019. My husband, who is a lawyer, was working full-time downtown Chicago. He would leave at 7 in the morning and not get home till 7 at night. So our needs were vastly different. I worked from home, so we decided to convert the room into my office slash closet slash studio. Then COVID happened and our needs changed. My husband now was working full-time from home. When we were moving into this house in 2020, he needed a workspace that he could have a nice video background, make video calls. He needed a better sound system. He just needed a lot more since his full-time job was also now in our house. So we decided to combine workspaces. We added another desk. I cleared out half of my stuff in the room to make room for him to have more storage. We ended up getting a new monitor that met so many of our working needs as well as my need for a clean looking aesthetic. We are now using the Samsung Smart Monitor M8. I love the ultra slim design because it is space saving, it's so clean, it's so minimal, so chic. One of my rules with sharing my office slash studio space with my husband was like, it's still gotta feel like my she shed, okay? Still want it to feel clean and chic and beautiful, even though it's now like your lawyer den. It also has a height adjustable stand, so it's customizable to match your eye level, and it tilts for the perfect viewing angle no matter who is using it. And it works great for my husband too because M8 has a slim fit camera and it supports face tracking and auto zoom function, so he can easily and effectively make video and conference calls. It also has built-in speakers with adaptive sound and a remote control, and it's a PC-less workspace. It's a smart monitor with Wi-Fi connectivity, so he can actually browse, email, access, view and edit documents, save them to the cloud, and wirelessly connect to and mirror PCs, all without a PC. You can also control the M8 with built-in voice assistants like Alexa or Bixby. Voice assistant is always on, even when the monitor is off. This is actually probably the first monitor that has this, but regardless of the smart device brand, you can add it to the app and control everything in your home. I love that the M8 also provides a smart TV experience with already embedded apps like Disney+, YouTube, Netflix, Hulu. We spend a ton of time up here working and organizing, so it's super helpful that if the kids are with us, we can put on their favorite shows or movies or songs. They can be entertained and we can get some more work done. And if you were to use those streaming apps on a traditional PC, you'd be able to stream them at 1080p, but if you're using the Samsung M8, you can actually stream the video in real 4K HDR. That's a big deal. Design and function were so important to us when we were picking out the monitor because right now we use it the most in our joint office, in our workspace. But later down the road, we might move this to the kitchen so we can use it in the family planning center or as a homework station when our kids get a little older. Again, a huge thank you to Samsung for sponsoring today's video. All information about the Samsung Smart Monitor M8 will be linked down below in the description. Moving on to our kitchen, we had to do the most actual renovation in this space. It looked completely different. We basically rebuilt this kitchen from scratch. We knocked out the soffit. The cabinets were like half the size of what they are now, so we relocated where the stove was. We put in a whole island that could seat our entire family. We built out the wall so we could add the fridge in a different spot. I also wanted it to have as big of a design impact as it could for the small amount of space, so we needed the storage of the upper cabinets. I couldn't do like exposed shelving because we truly needed all of that storage, so instead we went with a full quartz backsplash and countertop to give it that design element. Off the kitchen is the dining room, and in between the kitchen living space and the dining room, I have a gallery wall on that little wall to kind of break up the two spaces. And then under that is a little bench because our dining table is actually extendable. So if we have family come to visit, we can throw that bench in for some extra seating. And on the opposite side of the dining table is our new coffee bar slash bar. We added this unit. We desperately needed some more storage since our kitchen is on the smaller end. So one of the whole cabinets is now Cody's nutritional cabinet where he can store protein powders and all of his supplements, and everything is off the counters and away into this space. This is also where I could get my exposed shelving, so I have a little bit of that in the house, and I was so excited with how this turned out. Like I said, this house was very low on built-in storage or closet space. We really had to add the storage that we needed because there was not a ton of it here, and this new coffee bar area really provides so much storage that was so needed. Now moving on to our laundry room, I have a whole renovation video up on my channel if you guys want to see like the complete before and after transformation of this space, but I am so in love with how this room turned out. I absolutely love the butcher block folding board, and I love how much storage we have in here. This room is like the cleaning hub of our house. Being a small space, it holds a ton and we use it so much. I figured if you're gonna be doing laundry every single day, you might as well like being in there, and I really do love being in there. This is a room I have not shown you guys yet, and it is our primary bedroom. We have been wanting a black 4-poster bed for years, and we finally got it. We ordered this a year ago. It took a really long time to come in, obviously with like supply chain issues and everything, but we are so happy with this. The reason we ended up picking the specific bed that we did is because it's a full foot shorter than the Restoration Hardware version of this bed, which is like the classic style of this bed. But my husband really wants to have a ceiling fan on while he sleeps. This was the design we wanted, so this bed won because it combined function and aesthetic. I ended up using an old floor mirror that we were using in our previous house. I wish it had black edges, but I'm working with what I got for right now. I may take out the paint. All opposite of our bed in our bedroom was this really long wall that could really accommodate a bigger dresser. It would kind of look odd to have a smaller dresser on it. We ended up buying the IKEA dresser, and because it's flat, you can push as many of the units together as you want to create a longer, more custom piece. And then we added on our own handles to give it a nicer looking finish, make it look a little bit more styled. This really is a great hack that you can do with this IKEA dresser. You can also see in the mirror there's a bookshelf off to the side. Our bathroom does not have a linen closet. Like I said, there's not a ton of built-in storage in this house, so I'm using this like aesthetic looking bookshelf to try and display our towels and sheets as nicely as possible. I love this room. It's so peaceful. I'm so happy with how it turned out. Every time I walk in, it's so relaxing. The only thing about this room is the paint color is actually Sherwin-Williams Alabaster. This is the only room in the house that is not that pure white paint. Quickly show you guys my children's room. This is my son's nursery. Absolutely obsessed with how this room turned out. I love how just calming and relaxing and peaceful this room feels, and it still has got a bunch of personal touches in it. My son's nickname is Teddy Bear, so we've got a lot of little bear things sprinkled throughout the room. And my daughter's room is the only room in the house that actually, you're gonna say, has a color in it. I think all of these are colors, thank you very much, but this is the only room in the house that is a different color than the rest of the home. Her favorite color is pink. Her middle name is Rose, so we decorated her room with a pink floral wallpaper and then a lot of muted grays and ivories, and I still love how this room turned out. She absolutely loves this room. It's filled with all of her toys and her baby doll accessories. She loves to play in here. I think her room still is very feminine and relaxing while still matching her taste. Alright guys, that was my neutral minimal home tour. If you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to follow me over on Instagram for more home content. And thank you again to Samsung for sponsoring today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye!